Welcome friends, Alex here from Growth Balls, and today I'm going to reveal with you three high growth stocks that I believe can give you potentially 10x results within the next couple of months up to a couple of years. So let's get right into it. The first stock pick is CrowdStrike. Ticker symbol CRWD. Let's look first at the stock. The stock went IPO in June 2019 at the strike price of 64 US dollars and sitting right now at $223. So it had already a growth of over 300%. But why do I believe that this stock will grow further? I will share those insights just right now with you, all my analysis, and for all the stocks that you see, how do I actually analyze stocks? And of course, there are companies like MongoDB that you would believe potential they would grow even further. But why don't I expect a company that already went IPO 3 years ago, 5 years ago, to grow at the same speed as companies like CrowdStrike that just went IPO 1.5 years ago? Because like companies like MongoDB already grew for over 1,000%. Basically, they already delivered the 10x results, and they are still growing. However, and these companies might grow further, but I don't expect them to grow to the next, to give another 1,000% from the current moment. And therefore, I gave you today the three top stocks. So let's take a look at the financials of CrowdStrike. If you look at their last reported quarter revenue, they're sitting at 232 million US dollar, and the growth rate is really phenomenal. They are at growing with a speed of 85.8% year over year. And in July, a growth rate of 84%, in April, 85%, and in January, 89%. Wow. This is insane. They are growing really in a linear speed above 80%, and that shows me how great this company actually is, or how great their solution is. And if you take a look, what are they actually producing? What are they developing? They are providing endpoint security in the IT sector. And as you recently heard, the recent attacks or hacker attacks on SolarWind, and well, guess what? CrowdStrike got chosen as the main security vendor at the moment. And not only that, they have already a huge potential of customers. Just check it out yourself. And what is really much more important to see, I really believe in their management. And why? Because I believe that management that basically had a great vision, had a great mission, and started a company and basically brings the company to the IPO and continues or stays in that company, not just cashed out because, for monetary reasons, but continues to grow with that company together. Let's take a look at their management. So the CEO is George Quartz, which is the CEO and the co-founder. And if you take a look at his LinkedIn profile, he is basically on a mission, which is leading the world-class team on a mission to change the anti-security industry. Wow, this is so powerful, because I really believe that he's not only providing great solution, but his all expertise, such as from McAfee, he's applying it, and also in this stock. And you can also see how it reflects it in the culture, because culture for us is super difficult to measure from outside. But nevertheless, people that work for the company sometimes leave a rating on Glassdoor. And Glassdoor, I think, is a great tool, especially in that industry, because it's really hard to find not only smart people, but actually people with experience in that industry, and to grow from that angle. And if you take a look at the Glassdoor rating, they're currently CrowdStrike is sitting at a 4 stars out of 5. And just take a look at your favorite companies. The average rating of all companies, I think, is between 3.3 and 3.5. So 4 is definitely a great rating. And there are companies out there that are better. However, I believe they attract great people as well. And let's take a look at another metric that I use, which is net dollar retention rate. The net dollar retention rate is 124%. That means if a customer spends today $1 million with them, he will spend, or she will spend 1,240,000 in the following year. For example, they will have new subscribers subscribe to the platform, new devices they will use, or new services. Right, the solution gets better from time to time, and basically, what same customer spends the same amount. Why is this figure so powerful? Because it already shows an organic growth of a company, even with the sales amount of people. However, I really love to consider also additional figures, like, for example, how quick is the sales team growing? Because I believe that new sales folks will uncover new opportunities, open new markets. And I always look at the open positions and compare them to the total amount of employees. And then I have a ratio, and I use this ratio for doing my analysis to compare these companies against each other. So if we look at the current sales position, CrowdStrike has 101 total sales position open. They have at the moment a bit over 3,000 employees, which gives us a rough percentage number of 3% of open sales position. That means they will have potentially hired all those positions, filled those positions, and grow really, really far ahead in the future. And I just did some couple of assumptions. Why did I in the end decide this is a great buying opportunity? If I take basically the current revenue, calculated linear for the 5 years growth, where's the revenues going to stand with all these figures we calculated, and then take the industry usual earnings and multiply it basically to the price of the stock, then I would get around a 400% return, which I expect between the next 3 to 5 years. And that's why the stock is basically for me a really, really great opportunity. Let's look at our top high growth stock number 2. Asana. Asana, ticker symbol ASAN. Their CEO, Dustin Moskovitz, some of you might already know him. And let's look at the revenue. They are sitting at 59 million US dollar. And the growth rate is also phenomenal. It's over 50%. And if you take July, 57, April, 70%. Wow. And that's it. Why do we have such less number of data? Because the company just went recently IPO. The company went IPO in September 2020 with a strike price of $28.80, and they didn't experience a huge growth yet. That's why I believe this company is really or soon taking off. You see, it has started here from November, an upwards trend. And just I will share also another video how to find a great buying opportunity, how when basically getting in the stocks, because we don't chase stocks here. You all heard this term FOMO, fear of missing out. We're not chasing stocks here, right? We're just buying great stocks when they have a great price, and we rock together. So we ride the wave together. And so we looked at already the financial, we looked at the stock price IPO just recently. So why is the great opportunity? Let's look at the solutions what they offer. So Asana is basically giving a tool, an organization tool, how you can organize to make teams more productive and how you can manage teams, assign tasks, and so on. There is a lot of competition out there. But why I believe this company is the one that's going to rock out of all the other companies? Because if I look at their management, Dustin Moskovitz, I already mentioned, he's the co-founder and the CEO of the company. You go on his LinkedIn profile. And Dustin, okay, studied in Harvard, great CEO of Asana. And you see he has also a really fantastic mission here. Okay, but what I was looking for exactly, he's the co-founder of Facebook. Wow. And you know all where Facebook stands today. And Facebook has not only a great culture, but also gave some great results for the investments. If you take a look at the Glassdoor rating, so the culture of the company, if you could really transform that company further, and we see this is really insane. A rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. This is by far one of the best ratings I have seen there for all the companies. So there are some companies that are in a similar range, but there are not many of them. 4.9 stars. That means it attracts not only fantastic people, but the most smartest people in the industry. They would love to work for that company, and these great people, they will basically bring the company to the next level. And you will see now how many positions there are actually open because they are expanding to the new markets. And I really believe they can win the competition because of such of great people, because people actually in the end drive the business and drive the company. And Dustin is a really, really nice role model for them as well. And if you take a look at their sales role, they have plenty of sales roles available. I made my maths, and in total, they have 3.6% of total positions at the moment are sales positions that are open. So, right, the growth rate is 3.6%, which is really, really significant. And they will potentially open the new markets. You see, they look for different regions like the Netherlands, Polish, Sweden, also in APAC, and so Asia Pacific basically stands for. Also in San Francisco and the States, they're expanding. So they are really, really growing. And let's take now a look at our final top three stocks today. The final top three stocks is Cloudflare. Cloudflare have a really powerful mission. Their mission is basically making internet better. And as you know, a lot of companies are now on the transformation to the cloud business because not only through Corona, through the all the development, but digitalization is happening in every company, and they're all transforming in the cloud business. They're all going towards the cloud infrastructure, and you need different tools not only to manage but also because the setup is pretty different. I won't go too technical in the description. However, you will need different tools. And Cloudflare is one of the preferred tools. I have a lot of technical friends that are basically working in that field, and they all say Cloudflare is one of the top solutions out there. When you go in this new environment in the cloud, you will need basic not only to mitigate the DDoS attacks that sent here or provide network security, but also it's have, for example, a great CDN as well. The revenue is 114 million, a growth rate of roughly 50%, you could say, from year to year, which is really, really fantastic growth rate as well. Also here, if we look at their management, Matthew is the co-founder, CEO, is still in the company. They went IPO also 2019. They already had, let's go back and see what kind of growth they already experienced. Okay, they already had experience similar to CrowdStrike, a growth of roughly 400%, right? Went 18 to $79. Wow. And they are still on the upwards trend. And that's what I mean. There's a huge potential there. And I believe the stock is going to continue to grow further. Matthew, the CEO, as I mentioned, and he is on a mission to help build a better internet. Such a powerful mission. And also studied in Harvard, has an MBA there. Okay, and yeah, Cloudflare also here, if you take a look at the culture, we have a fantastic culture of 4.2. Wow. And let's take also a look at their open sales positions also here. And I analyzed, they have the most open sales position from all the companies I analyzed, and I analyzed over 100 technology companies. And they have in total 7.6% of total positions are at the moment open for sales. So they will eventually grow further because they are growing the market, and the industry needs the solution as well. And also, if I look at all companies at the net dollar retention rate, which I mentioned, where the revenue grows, it's on all companies over 100%. I believe Asana was 114 and Cloudflare 115%. So that makes it all three stocks that I believe that can potentially skyrocket and bring you to the next level. So guys, what are we doing from here? Of course, don't make your own research as well. Don't forget to diversify. It's just, all the technology sector. And I will make a separate video on diversification. I will share weekly educational content and also my top stock picks with you. And if you like my content, then please feel free to subscribe below. And you would do me a huge favor if you would hit the like button as well. Thanks a lot, and I see you next time. Bye.